So you're doing all of this though. Here's the part I want to understand. You have the vlog, you have the coding tutorials, you're doing gymnastics, you're doing what are they called? You were Miss Chicago, Miss Teen Chicago, or something like that. What is that called? A pageant? Are those
Yes.
pageants? Or, you do have school. when,
Oh yeah,
when
I go there sometimes. Not
you're
always.
still in high school. Like, do you have more hours than we do? Like someone who was telling me that Beyonce has the same number of hours that I do. So like, I should probably work harder. But she also has a whole team. So I kind of reject that whole thing of having more hours. Do you not sleep? When is all this work happening?
I actually have like a portal that I use, and I just it just cuts out the whole transportation time,
Yeah.
and I don't sleep. I'm kind of like a robot basically. But no, I'm kidding. I don't really know.
Like, is this
Sometimes
just like like all weekends? Like, you don't just hang out and watch Netflix, right? Do you just not ever hang out, or are you just always making something, creating something? Because I'm trying to get the
I'm
listener to understand like how they can do this stuff too. Because people will say to me, "Well, how do you do the job and the podcast and the YouTube?" And it's like, well, how do you not? Like, I don't know how to not create stuff, and I wonder if you're the same.
Yeah, this summer I have napped and watched Netflix because I've made an effort to not do all of the things that I've been doing so far because it does take a toll on me, but during the school year, I it's not as hard as it seems. I think getting into all this stuff looks very scary and it seems like it's very daunting to get into, but gymnastics, that's 4 days a week, no, 3 days a week, 3 hours, an hour drive there, hour drive back. And then my YouTube channel, while I was creating the course for DIY, I went on a hiatus for that. So I took maybe 4 days spread over 2 weeks to get up in the morning about 3 a.m. since I have a train track by my house. So I try to get into taking doing my videos before those start running. And I just recorded the videos. I would do like 12 at once, and then I got through all 26, and then that was done. So then it went to my mom to start editing them, and then the course is just out. So it didn't take up a lot of my time other than writing the scripts. That did take a few months. But gymnastics, that's kind of in its place. When I'm doing that, I'm doing that. I do
Hmm.
need to do work out more at home, but we're not adding things in my schedule right
No, that
now.
doesn't count. But are you like I'm trying to figure this out because you're 16, my son is 16. Are you using Google Calendar? Are you using a piece of paper? Like, is this how do you keep track of all of this stuff?
I use Google Calendar for all of my events, like meetings like this. I use Google Calendar. I have like repeating things for days that I have gymnastics. I use my school planner to write down my assignments. I have a Google Doc. I'm very proud of this Google Doc where I use drop downs. I just have like a chart of, I think it's like a, I don't want to mispronounce it. It's a Kanban board. Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
Kanban board. Yeah, that's right. Like it's like you've got doing, to do, done, and then you move things from left to right across the board.
Yeah, it's something like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I just change it from like in progress to done, and then I put them in priority order.
See, now you got to sell that. That could be a whole business, and then you'll make a whole business around selling Eden's Kanban board for $1.99 on that'll be a whole side thing.